hope now we are live. Let me jump into my Facebook. I'm getting messages from people going, I can't see anything, but I've just, I think, fixed what the problem was. Hopefully you can see everything now. Okay, let's have a look. And everything's going so slowly today. Oh dear, I could cry. Right, so if you can see me and you can hear me, welcome. Send me a comment at the bottom of this, at the bottom of the video. Tell me that you can see me. Tell me that you can hear me. You probably can't hear me because I think my microphone's unblocked. Can you hear me now? I think everything is now plugged in. Send me a comment underneath this video. Tell me if you can see me. Tell me if you can hear me. And let me just check out some other bits and pieces while I'm just trying to figure out that everybody can see me. Okay, Hema's here. Hema can hear me. She says everything's all right. That's fantastic news. I am delighted. Everybody else, come on in. Let me know if you can hear me and you can see me. And let me just put my iPad like, oh, it doesn't work to go like that. I can't see the comments if I do it that way. Okay, so if you can hear me, if you can see me, let me know. If you are joining me for the very first time, welcome. My name is Louise and I am here today to answer your questions all about English. And I've had a few questions today or over the past few days, and I will be answering those questions. But if anybody wants to ask further questions as we go through today, I will answer those as well. Now, I have been having some terrible technical problems, and I had these wonderful slides that I have made, and I can't get them to upload. So I've kind of done a bit of a mishmash of lots of different screens. So I apologise if there are lots of different screens that I'm going to show you today. It's not how I normally show, but unfortunately it's the only way that I can get anything to work today. So what we are going to be looking at in our question and answer session today, I've had a lot of requests for pronunciation, and particularly of vowel sounds. It seems that quite a few of you have been having some difficulty with the different vowel sounds that we can make in English. So I will be going over a section of vowel sounds today. We also have had a question about what games and activities are there that can help you to learn English fast or quickly. So hopefully we will have time to go over that question, and also time to answer your other questions live. Okay, so let's just see who else is here. Let me know if you are watching. Let me know that you can hear me okay, and tell me where you are so that I can see your comments and I can answer them, because what I will be doing is I have you on my iPad. Look, oh look, I can see myself in 3 different places at the moment, so it's really quite off-putting. I don't really like looking at myself very much. So send me your comments, tell me that you're watching, and that everything is okay, so that I know I'm not just talking to myself. And so we will get started with today's questions. And okay, now in actual fact that's not what I want to do. That was my original screen, but other people had asked other questions, so I was adding them in. And let me see, it's not that screen, it's this one. Hopefully this screen should change to the one that I want. No, it's now just a blank screen. Okay, maybe I have to click on the screen. Maybe it's like Google. Oh, please show, please show. Oh no. Oh, I just love technology. Oh, why are you not working? Oh dear. I don't know. If I can't show you the screen, then it's going to not work very well. Let's see. Okay, I've had 3 comments so far. Why am I not seeing comments on here? Oh, clear that and go back into that while I try and figure out why we can't see my screen. Oh, technology and me, sometimes we just don't get on at all. Right, okay. Window capture. I want to capture the window. I want to... What do I want to look at? I don't want to look at Chrome. I want to look at the copy of my presentation. Okay. Why are you not showing? Okay. This could be quite a disaster. See, I can see that my mouse is moving on the screen. Okay. What we'll do, we'll go back to... no, we'll go back to this one just now. Because at least we should be able to see that particular screen, I hope. Can we see that one? Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Right. So, we can see that one. And I'll just make this a little bit bigger so that you can see the table that I have put in here. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit bigger. We can make it bigger on your screen as well, hopefully. Okay, this is a copy of the phonemic chart. Now, if anybody has been to a language learning school or in done any coursework studies, you will probably have seen these symbols. This is an example with words underneath giving you the pronunciation, but you will recognize some of these symbols. And the phonemic chart gives you an indication on how sounds are made and how sounds go together. If you look in any dictionary, either an online dictionary or a traditional paper dictionary, after every word in the English dictionary you will see the phonemic spelling of the word, which will tell you how to pronounce the word. And so there are 3 parts to this chart. The left hand side, in the top left hand corner, we have the monophthongs, and then in the right hand corner we have diphthongs. And both of these sections are to do with vowel sounds. Underneath, in the big section, we have consonants. Now, pronunciation in English can be very difficult, particularly around vowel sounds. And today, what we're going to focus on and concentrate on are the sounds that are made in the top left-hand corner, the monophthongs. And we will look closely at those, and in next week's question and answer session we will look at the diphthongs, and we will talk about those in a bit more detail. Now, I'm still trying to figure out how to get this next slide to you, because it will make a lot more sense if I get rid of all the rest of the sounds and we just focus on the monophthongs. So I'm just trying to see if I can get it to download. And let me come back up to here. Yeah, so what I do is I use a design studio called Canva. And normally it works instantly, and I've been working on this all day. And I had a nice little chart, I had lots of words to show you all the different sounds and pronunciation, and it won't produce the document. And oh, it's almost there. Oh, it's almost there. Oh, save. Come on. Oh, publishing hit a snag. I don't know how to. I wish that I could figure out how to get this page to show. Because I can't copy it. This is the problem. I wonder if I need to choose a different screen. Let me try something else. It was working earlier. I don't know why it's not working now. Maybe I jinxed it. I think that might be the problem. Let me see. Ah, okay. So now what I need to do is say okay to that, and I'll close down my OBS operating system, and I'll have to switch to my iPad so I can see what what I'm talking about. And there we go. Thank you, Hermod. It's always when you think everything's going right and suddenly technology decides I'm not playing. Okay, so let me see if I can try and make this screen actually a bit bigger. Oh, there we go. Oops, no, that's moved on to a different slide, and that's a bit too big now, I think. Right, there we go. So that's about as big as I can get it. Let's just get rid of that bit there. There we go. Okay, so here we're now going to focus on the monophthongs. And looking at the chart, it's set out in a very specific way. So if you see that in the column on the left, the top left, it tells you that when we are making the sounds in the first column, our tongue is towards the front of our mouth. And if we look at the column on the right hand side and look down to the bottom, we can see that our tongue will be towards the back of our mouth when we make these sounds on the right hand side of the table. Each line has a different position of our mouth. So the top line of this table, our mouth is closed as we go along. And our mouth in the second line is slightly open, and as we pronounce words in the bottom line, our mouth is open to make the sounds. So now then, this causes a little bit of a problem, but what I will do actually is if I now jump back and come back to me, hello, and what I will do is on the Facebook page, now then, can I somewhere on Facebook I will be able to add that graphic so that you can look at it in the video. And hi Abigail, welcome to you. I've just seen hi Nuna as well. Anna, I am I'm feeling a little bit stressed at the moment because nothing's working, but we will overcome that in a second. Let me just, where is the table? What did I save it as last night? I can't remember. Oh no. Oh no, I'm having a disaster. How did I, oh no, I know what I can do. Can I copy this one? No, okay, copy it from the uploads. Oh, no, you're not working either. Oh. Why can't I find you? A bit of singing for you. I know, it was going so well earlier on. There we go. Oh, it's in Google Drive, right, okay. So, let me go back here. I was in the wrong folder, that's why I can't find it. And there we go, sounds. Okay, so there we are. So I have now posted in the comments under the video the the table, the Finimic chart table. So if you're watching on the Facebook page, you should be able to see the chart, and we're just going to focus on the top left hand corner. I can teach while I'm singing. I don't know if that would be such a good idea, Gemma, because I'm not sure I'm very good at singing. I don't want to hurt anybody's ears or anything. That might be horrible. Okay, so what we want to do now is I want to have this page open so I can see the original slides that I really wanted to show you. What I will do is later on I will post this for you to see everything. I might do a short recorded video so that you have the slides and me talking over it as well. But okay, hopefully we are now good to go with this, with these tables. And yep, let's make that a little bit smaller so I can see it. Okay, so on the table in the top left hand corner, just looking at the monophthongs, we have, as I said, in the furthest away, the left hand column, your tongue, when you're making the sounds, your tongue will be at the front of your mouth. And as you work along from the left to the right of these sounds, your tongue will move further back in your mouth. So when you're in the final column, your tongue will be making a sound, or will be in a position that is at the back of your mouth. As you work your way down through each row, your mouth is closed in the top row, slightly open in the second row, and open in the bottom row. So in the top row we have the sound E. Look at my smile. E, mouth open. E, as in C, C. And if my teeth weren't in the way, you would notice that my tongue is right behind my teeth. C, right to the front. C. Next, E. So my mouth is open, slightly open. So C, nice smile, C, but really lips are quite tight. Now we've got so you can see that my teeth are open. Sit. So again, my tongue is still quite forward in my mouth, and my mouth is open so more air can come through across my tongue to make sit. Then we have oo, good, open, oo, oo, good, good. And my tongue is further back. It's sort of in the middle of my mouth. It's not flat against the bottom of my mouth. It's not up at the roof of my mouth. It's really flat and starting to move back. Good, oo. And final, oo, two. Nice round lips. Oo, two, two. So when I'm making the T sound, my tongue is right at the front of my mouth, but immediately I pulled my tongue back. Ooh, my tongue is going backwards. Ooh, to make ooh. Okay. Always lovely to have you here, Anna. I'm just checking some comments. So, when you're doing these sounds, when you're practicing just these sounds, practice in front of a mirror or practice recording yourself. Now, you don't have to go live. You don't have to make your recording public. Do something where you can see your mouth. Okay, so obviously at the moment I'm watching what I'm doing, and I can see what I'm doing, and I can describe to you what it feels like in my mouth as well when I'm making these sounds. So E, E, C, smile, make a big smiley face when you're saying E. And then we have mouth more open, eh, ooh, ooh, and then ooh, ooh. So the difference is when we've got that little U with the 2 dots beside it, it's a longer sound. We're making a longer ooh sound rather than a ooh. So we've got short ooh, long ooh, e long, eh short. Okay, so we're making very definite sounds and we're cutting off the air when we're making the shorter sounds, eh. So very definite, you're feeling that in the back of your throat, eh. You're cutting off the sound, making it a short, snappy sound, eh. Sit. Okay, second line, here we have eh. Okay, so our mouth is slightly more open, eh. Tongue, as you can see, front of mouth, slightly more open because we're making eh, eh, and there you can see my tongue quite clearly. Next sound is the most common sound that we make in the English language, and it's so common that it even has its own pronunciation name, and it's called schwa, schwa, and it looks like an upside down letter E. Okay, and we have lots and lots of this sound, particularly okay, could I write down the link about sounds in the chat? Yes, Anna, I've got lots and lots of things about sounds and pronunciation exercises, and I will be doing some other things on pronunciation as well later on. So you will be able to watch this as a replay and go over this. I will be sending this link when I finally can get it to download. You will get all these pages with these sounds on it as well, so you can practice these sounds. But I don't know why it's just not, it won't save. I can't get it to copy, so I'm having to do it a strange way for you. So next on the table, so we have schwa, and as I say, it's the most common sound that we make in the English language. And when we go on to look at pronunciation in greater detail, we're looking just at individual words today, but when we look at connected speech, so when we start to put words together, form sentences, you will notice that words where we may pronounce them very clearly as a single word, when we start to put them together in sentences, we start to change the sound of the words that we make. That will make sense later on, but trust me that we can make different sounds if we are connecting words together. Now, that to you may sound like somebody is speaking very quickly at the moment, that their words are running together. So for example, we would talk about fish and chips. Now, in my head, I'm saying fish and chips, but what you are hearing is fish and chips. I miss out the A and the D, and that's called connected speech. We are running words together to connect them, and it's all to do with the fact that English is a stress-timed, has a stress-timed rhythm. So we fit smaller words in around bigger words, and as I say, we will look at that in more detail, and you will see where the schwa pronunciation really comes in when we put words together to create sentences. So schwa is an sound, Now when I was training to do this, we all had to stand up and make all these silly faces to do this, and we did schwa a lot of times until we really got it right, and it's kind of this so it's tongue is still front, mouth is open slightly, away. It's almost like the sound of U and H together, that sound when something that you don't want to do, that sound when you just go, oh, I really wish I wasn't at work, that sound. If you think about that, That is the sound of schwa. Away, 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 away. Our next sound is I forgot the next sound. It's another sound, but it's her, 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 So it's a slightly less sound. It's an her. And finally, o, for. So again, you can see that my mouth is o, for. And again, my tongue is moving backwards in my mouth as I'm or. Going towards that R, it's going very far back in my mouth. So egg, away, her, for. And finally, our bottom row, we have a. So cat, cat. And then we have up, ask, and on. So again, you can see on. My mouth is open and my tongue has disappeared. On. Okay, so that is the position of your mouth and of your tongue as you are talking. You will also notice that in English we actually move our whole mouth and our jaw. So we don't just talk from here. We don't limit the movement we're making, because that cuts the sound. And as you will all know, the sound is very important, because some words sound very, very similar, and it's very easy to confuse or to make a mistake. So practice, over exaggerate these sounds. Really make huge faces when you're doing it. Nobody else is going to see you, not like me. I've just done it to the whole world. So remember, we make open mouth in the top line. We're stretching our cheeks right out, and then we're then down in the very bottom right hand corner we are nice big round open that jaw, open your mouth, really good facial workout. There you go, I'm giving you something for free. I'm getting you to work your jaw, work your face, keep your face, all the muscles in your face nice and tight. Practice all these every day and you will have lovely tight skin. There you are. See? English pronunciation, not just good for speaking, good for muscle strength in your cheeks. Okay, ask. Okay, so Hema, this word is driving me mad. I always mispronounce the word ask. Okay, so ask. Mouth open, tongue at the front. Ask. We'll go over the consonant sounds in a later session, because those are difficult as well. But I can hear you doing it, Hema. I really can. Okay, Anna, you are talking about voiced and voiceless sounds. We will go and we will talk about voiced and voiceless sounds in another lesson. But yes, so we have sounds where if we put our hand to our voice box here on our throat, we can feel the vibration. And some sounds that we make, there is no vibration, because we don't push air up through our throat to make the sound. And some we do. So we will talk in more detail about voiced and voiceless sounds in a later lesson, but that's a very good question. Okay, so now I do have other examples of all the words, all the sounds in this top section of the table. And I will give these to you. I will hopefully today get this saved so that I can give you it in a PDF. And if you would like me to, then I can record a separate session and send it to you, showing you the words and me doing my voice over it. But just for you to look at or to listen to. So here are examples of the top line. Okay, so going from the left hand side, the sound E. And the words that we can pronounce with the sound E are me, these, need, be, thee, fee, sheep, heed, beat, key, dream, reach, police, wheel. Okay, so that is the E sound. So I'll do it again. So me, these, need, be, thee, fee, sheep, heed, beat, key, dream, reach, police, wheel. Okay, so you can see as I'm saying that the different shapes my mouth is making, but when I'm making that E sound, you can see my mouth stretching in that E. E. Okay, and then we have that short I sound. So we have with, this, if, think, gift, listen, shrill, ship, hid, bit, pin. Now in there I have examples on those two sounds of words that sometimes get mispronounced. So for example, we have sheep and ship. Okay, so a sheep is something that lives in a field. It's all woolly, nice cream wool. It eats the grass, and we eat it as lamb. We roast it for dinner. So that's a sheep. S-H-E-E-P. Sheep. And a ship. Ship. And a ship is something that sails on the sea. Okay, so it's a boat. A ship is a big boat. Okay, so don't get those two confused, because ships don't really go into fields, and sheep, I would imagine, are not really all that good on the ocean. So be careful with the pronunciation of those two. Ship goes on the sea, a sheep goes in a field. There we go. Okay, the next two U sounds, or oo and not sounds, oo sounds. We have put, would, look, woman, good, hood, pool, wool, fool, took. And then we have the oo sound. To, you, new, who, shoot, boot, pool, food, school, soup. Okay, so that's the top line. Those are extra words from the top line. The middle line, starting from the right hand side on the table. Oh, where have you gone? I've lost the feed. There we go. Okay, so starting from the left hand side of the table in the middle line, egg, get, when, well, very, wed, led, bed, men, end. Okay, and whoops, everything's jumping up and down. Let me go. There we are. Okay, and the next sound is schwa. Okay, and we have about, us, teacher. Okay, so it's not the each part, it's the teacher, teacher, teacher. Her, from, banana, banana, doctor, wizard, measure, survive, theatre. Okay, we'll probably do more practice on schwa. It's a really tricky sound and sometimes it's very difficult to make it out. So we will... Oh dear, now Siri's going to try and get involved in the act. Get away, go on, go. Oh dear me, honestly, it's not my day for technology. I think Siri was trying to correct my pronunciation there. Okay, so the schwa sounds again. About, us, teacher, oh, excuse me, her, from, banana, doctor, wizard, measure, survive, theatre. Okay, there are, as I say, loads more schwa sounds, so we will work on that again in another lesson, but that gives you the starting point for schwa. Next sound is, oh, why have I got her in the schwa and then I've got her down there? That's weird. I think I put her in the wrong place. Okay, so her, we have work, learn, word, bird. Well, I don't think learn should be there either. I think I was having a moment to myself. Word, bird, first, birth, heard, hurt, purse, fur, firm, heard, heard, heard. I think heard should be moved as well. Yes, heard and heard. Heard as in I heard what you said, or I heard what you said, I heard what you said. It depends on who's speaking and the pronunciation. I will have to have a listen to that one myself, because I'm heard as in a herd of cattle, herd of cows, and heard as in I heard you, I heard what you said. And finally we have the O sound, so or the O sound I should say, sorry, so or, also, more, call, lawn, door, saw, caught. Oh, who's joining us now? Hi Halith and hi Hiroki, lovely to have you here. We've had some technical difficulties, so you're looking at me and I'm looking at something else. It's all going wrong. There is a little chart in the comments that I posted, so if you find the chart, then you will see the sounds that we are talking about. Unfortunately, something won't save and I can't get it to come up on my screen, so I will do a separate little recording to give you all the slides properly, and I will do the pronunciation over the slides as well. But for today's lesson we're looking at my mouth. Okay, so we're now down to the bottom line. Okay, from the left hand side again, so we have the A sound. Have, that, as, can, sad, cat, manner, bat, add, bad, and, fast. And then we have the sound, so but, up, one, much, hut, cup, cut. And then we have the long A, start, ask, large, after, father, far, cart, bath, hard, heart, pass, farm. And finally we have of, on, not, got, caught, gone. Okay, so that is pronunciation for the monophthongs. single sounding vowels. Okay, so vowels that only have one sound. So o or or a or e or e or I. Single sounds. In the next question and answer session next Wednesday, we will look at the right hand side of the vowel chart and look at the diphthongs. Okay, so that's two vowel sounds together. And we will see the differences in these sounds, that how we make those sounds and the differences. And we will start to look at the different words and the pronunciation of lots of different sounds with the same letter combinations, because we have some words where they have the same letter combination but different sounds that we make. Okay, so that was the pronunciation. Now let me see, let me just double check that I've answered all the questions, because we had Hema was asking one question, and yep, okay, so Hema asked for us to go over vowel sounds, and Isam, unfortunately I don't think Isam is with us at the moment, but he asked if I could go over pronunciation for the a and e sounds. So we've got bad or bed, bad, bed, man, men, man, men, and end, and end, and add. So that was for Isam. He asked me to do pronunciation for those words. So I hope that you practice those words, Isam, and let me know how you get on. Okay, so now, hooray, we should be able to go back to, yep, so back to a slide that has saved. So that was pronunciation of vowel sounds, so that was the monophthongs. We will cover the diphthongs next week. And the next thing is that I had a question that came in from Rad Al Malik. I'm not sure if Rad is watching or not, but he asked the question, what kind of games can develop students' ability in learning very fast? Okay, now, Rad, you haven't said what exactly it is that you're looking to learn very fast, or a student is wanting to learn very fast. My best advice is that there's not one particular game or activity that would help you get there very fast. Practice every day. You must, if you want to get to a particular level of English, then you must practice every day. You must speak every day, you must listen every day, read every day, write every day. Use your English in creative ways. So don't just follow a course book, don't just do what your teacher is telling you to do in your English class at school or in a language class. Find ways that you find interesting to learn English. So if you have a particular hobby, find a YouTube video in English about that hobby. Watch that. Get subtitles on if it has subtitles. Listen and read at the same time. Make a note of vocabulary that you don't understand, but look at how it's used in context. Speak every day. Practice every day, even if it is just speaking to yourself, having a one-sided conversation with yourself. Practice talking out loud, because talking in your head, you're not moving your mouth, and as you can see in the lesson that we've just done, we move our mouths a lot when we speak in English. So don't just have the conversation in your head, you have to have it out loud. You have to speak and move your mouth. And when you're recording or you're standing in front of a mirror by yourself, you can over-exaggerate your mouth movements. Really work your mouth, because then your muscles and your brain will remember how you make those sounds, and it will be much easier to move your mouth. Now, there are certain languages around the world where you don't move your mouth as much as we do in English, and you will get sore, you will get tired, but as I said earlier, if you missed it, great workout for keeping nice tight cheeks. You know, don't want any flabby cheeks going on, so great muscle work for having a nice tight firm face. So my best advice is to practice every day. Have a very clear goal. What is it that you are wanting to learn very quickly? Is it just that you need to be able to book a hotel room, or you need to be able to speak to a colleague on the phone about a particular topic? Be very focused on that particular goal. So don't introduce other aspects of English. If you have a very specific goal that you need to learn quickly, focus on that one aspect of English, and then if you have another goal, do that later. Focus just on that particular goal. So learn everything you can about making phone calls to colleagues, researching what you might say, how you would say it, what possible answers your colleague could give back to you, how you would respond to that. Or if it's about booking a hotel room, for example, learn all the language about booking hotel rooms, from asking, do you have a particular type of room, and the questions that a receptionist might ask you, or filling out the form online. Focus in very tightly on what you really need to learn if you need to learn something quickly. You are not going to learn English very quickly in 3 months and be able to speak like a native speaker in 3 months. But in 3 months, if you have a very specific goal, you can speak with confidence and really fluently in that particular area if you really focus on it. So that would be my advice, rather than games and activities. Although, having said that, there are lots and lots of different things that you can do to have fun while you're learning English. So there are lots of websites and applications that you can use. For example, I have seen lots of people use Snapchat to practice their English, because in Snapchat you can just record, I think it's up to 10 seconds worth of video, and so you can have a quick practice of saying, you know, something like, hello, my name is, and record yourself and record it during the day, different things that you're doing. You know, I'm going to have a coffee now, or I'm walking to work. All these things, practice that, put it on Snapchat. Instagram, yesterday, I don't know if anybody has seen this, you will see, because I've been reposting them as actual Instagram posts, but from yesterday you can do something very similar on Instagram, where you can record little Snapchats of your day. And obviously I've gone a bit crazy with advertising today's question and answer session, but that's what it's for. So use Instagram or use Snapchat, or find a group on WhatsApp, find a group on Telegram. It's a new message sharing site that I've been introduced to. Find speaking partners. Join the Lexiconology e-cafe. What a fabulous idea. Come and join us in the Facebook group. I will put the link to the group in the top of the video's announcement section, so you can join us there. I have plans to do talking sessions where you can practice your pronunciation with me. I will be getting those set up very soon, so you can come and practice with me, or you can find a conversation partner. We can set up groups where you can speak in small groups with people. Find common interest groups that speak in English, join in with those. Do things in English. So rather than thinking in your native language, think in English. What am I doing? I'm having a shower. What will I do next? I'm going to put on some trousers today, and I think I'll wear my purple shirt today. All these things. So think in English, write in English. So if you have to go to do shopping, write your shopping list in English. Or if you have to write a to-do list for work, try and write it in English. try and do things as much as possible in English and work on it that way. And so if anyone else has ideas on any... Oh, Nuna, it's time to go to sleep. Oh, well, have a lovely sleep, Nuna. It was lovely having you here. If anyone else has suggestions on fun activities that you can do to help you learn or remember things more quickly, then put them in the comments for everyone to see. I suggested one time to someone that there's an app. I haven't seen people use it for a while, and I can't remember what it's called now. Let me think. Oh, there was an app that you can get where you can get small clips of video songs, and you can. It's known as lip syncing. So you're not actually singing, but you're pretending to sing, and that's a good way to match your mouth movements with the sounds from the songs. And if I could remember what the app's called, I will put a link to it in the comments as well. But I used to see lots of people doing it, pretending that they were Beyonce or I don't know, Justin Bieber, or I don't know, all these sorts of people pretending to sing along to all these different songs. So that's another way to to practice your mouth movements, is to convince someone that you are actually singing the song by matching your mouth movements and the words exactly to the sound. So something like that. Or if you are into film, here's another good thing, and I would really like to do a group class on this one, is take your favourite film and see if you can find the movie script online. Now there's hundreds and hundreds of movie scripts online. Get a group of friends together, each take part and reenact a scene from the movie. Pick a scene and practice it. You could be dramatic, you can be heartbroken, you can be angry, and all this, and really put emotion into it and practice your English in that way. So that could be a fun way to learn English for particular purposes as well. So lots of different ways that you could practice English, things that you can do that are fun. Other things are, you could make videos. So if you have a talent for something, if perhaps you love cooking, why not share a recipe with the rest of the group? Make the food. I've done that before. Last week I was in the kitchen. Nobody guessed that I was making tortilla. I'm very disappointed that nobody guessed that. It was delicious. I love tortilla. You could do a cooking video, give the instructions, but make it almost like an actual cooking television program. So Jamie Oliver or Gordon Ramsay or whoever the top chef is in your country, if they have a television show, and they give you all the chef patter, as we call it, so the fancy way they chop the onions and they slice and they tell you how to dice and they do all that. So you could tell us, okay, you have to chop the onion or dice the potato or finely chop or grate, all these things, and make a video on cooking. Or lots of other things that you could do, write poetry or write a story, or just talk to people. So lots of different ideas there, and Hema is giving some advice here as well. So English Central is an app to practice your speaking. Okay, good. So you're able to listen to an article in English and then later record the words. Okay, that's good. So you listen to a native speaker reading the article, and then you get to have a practice saying it yourself and see if you can match the pronunciation of the native speaker. That's really good. And I would encourage that for any video that you're watching. Watch it in little small bursts and try and copy a sentence or two that people are saying. So maybe watch this video on replay and stop after a sentence, try and repeat it. Can you match my pronunciation? Can you match the movement of my mouth? So all these sorts of things, see if you can do that, all to help your speaking and pronunciation. So great advice there from Hema. Yep, so listen and compare. So record yourself and then compare it to the native speaker. So that's a really good one. There are hundreds and hundreds of podcasts out there as well, from podcasts that are very specific, talking about grammar, about pronunciation, to more general English podcasts that are giving you lots of detail about different cultural aspects, perhaps of the UK or America or somewhere else, and just day-to-day general conversation talking, but then perhaps will give you vocabulary or further information about a particular phrase or an idiom that they have used during the podcast. So lots of different podcasts out there for you to listen to as well, and that helps particularly if you don't have a lot of time to sit down in front of your computer to do lots of studying. You can download all these podcasts onto your iPhone or your Android or a tablet, and you can listen to it on your way to work, in your lunch hour, during a coffee break, when you're out for a walk, all these sorts of things. So lots of different things to do. Okay, so anybody got any more questions for me? Any questions from today? Let me check and see, because what actually happens is that my feed actually gets sent out right across everything I have on Facebook. Oh, somebody sent me a sad face. Oh no. Was that because I was having problems? So let me just quickly jump in and check and see the other feed, see if anybody has any other questions. Okay, so Abigail, you love the website Ororo.tv. You enjoy a lot of TV series and movies in English with English subtitles and other languages. Ah, excellent. So there we go. So there's an option if you like watching television series or watching movies, then something with subtitles is a really good place to start. So listening to the dialogue but reading along in English. The subtitles need to be in English. There's no point in doing it in your native language. But reading and listening at the same time actually helps you to process the information, process the language and the words that you are hearing. And it doesn't matter if you have to stop and rewind and play it again. It's all about making progress. So start with a small section of the film. See if you can, okay, I'm going to see if I can watch the first 20 minutes by the end of the week without the subtitles and understand what's going on. So give yourself a goal. We work better when we set ourselves a target. So do that. Give yourself a target that by the end of the next 2 weeks, I'll be able to watch this whole film without subtitles. Something like that. Just to give yourself something to work towards, a goal, something where you can feel, yes, I've done that, and I can do more like that, and I really achieved something, and I want to do more. So that's a really good way to track your progress as well. Is a really excellent way to see that you are progressing, because sometimes we don't realize that we are moving forward. Sometimes we feel, oh, I'm not getting any better. But actually, if we set ourselves a target and our starting point, and then we say, by the end of this month, I will be able to do this, and you will be able to see over the whole space of a month that you have progressed. Because sometimes we're not looking at the whole picture. We're just looking every day going, oh, it's just not working, I don't know what to do. But if we look at the plan as a whole, we can definitely see our movement, our progression to developing and to improving, and that's our aim. So make small targets and work towards those, rather than having a huge big target of, I want to be able to speak fluent English by December. Because one, that will be very demoralizing, because you as you get closer to December, you think, well, I still can't understand anybody. I don't feel confident enough to speak to anybody. Oh, I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm really terrible at speaking English. Whereas if you decide instead to say, by December, I want to be able to speak for 15 minutes with a native person about themselves. I want to be able to talk about where they're from, what they do, what they enjoy, and I want to tell them the same things as well. So break it down into smaller pieces where it's still challenging, but you can see definite progression as you move towards your final target goal. That's the way to do it. And I have a program coming, hopefully not in the too distant future, that will help you and guide you through making your plan and your targets, making them manageable but challenging, and making you accountable for them as well. So measuring how you're doing checkpoints based on, okay, last week I couldn't say this week I can say this, these sorts of things. So that's the way to boost your English and make progression and see results faster. Okay, any questions for me? I'll give you a couple of minutes just to ask any questions, and if no more questions for today, then I will probably leave it there. So any more questions that you would like me to answer today? Let me just double check, see if there are any other comments in the group page or here. Let me see. I don't think there are any more questions for the moment. So don't forget, we will have another question and answer session next week. We will be going over the diphthongs for vowels, and I will be answering any more of your questions. So hopefully after you have watched the replay on this, perhaps I said something that you would like to ask, or later on during the week there will be other things and you want to ask me other questions. Please feel free to do that, and I will answer those in next week's question and answer session next Wednesday. So thank you very much, everyone. It's been wonderful having everybody here. I apologise for the lack of slides and the slight technical problems that we had at the beginning. Hopefully next time everything will be perfectly organised and it will go like a dream. So thank you everybody for joining me today, and I will hopefully see you all next week, if not before. So take care and see you later. Bye.